Okay, the good old internet. That's right, the internet is such an amazing way to be able to get yourself introduced. And we literally spend and have hours of trainings in regards to social media, in regards to your websites. Okay? So let's go ahead and just give you a quick breakdown of everything. So, where do people look today? Where do people research nowadays? And every day as it goes, it's changing. Before, people used to have your tablets, people used to have your laptops, people used to have their PCs. If there's a study made that PCs, like personal desktop computers, the sales for personal desktop computers have been reduced by more than 50%. Most people are now mobile. They like to be able to have mobility. And to be able to have mobility, what they actually do is this. They actually have laptops nowadays, or they have those crossbreeds, those laptops slash tablets. Okay? But what's increasing on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and a monthly basis is mobile products like your phone. Okay, you have your iPhone 6s, you have your Samsungs, you have your Android phones, you have your Windows phones nowadays. So most people are searching the internet and using their mobile devices. So Google is a great place to be able to make sure that you are in. Okay, do this right now. For your company, go ahead and type the name of your company right now in Google. Google your company right now. Does it pop up automatically? And if it doesn't pop up, the next thing you want to do is making sure that you are listed under Google. So if you've searched other companies, let's say for example you searched Jimmy John's or you searched Subways in your area, and the reason why I'm thinking about that right now is because I want a sub right now. But anyways, that's a whole other subject. But talking about that, type Subway and the city where you are right now. You're going to be able to get a pop-up of current Subways or Jimmy John's within your area with the address, with the phone numbers. So you need to be able to make sure that you get yourself listed in Google for that to actually occur. It's very important to have that, because it's easier for people to be able to search you. Now, other than being listed there, you need to be able to make sure that other things are listed there as well. Your website should be there. The hours of operation should be there. A quick description about your company should be there. A photo attached to the logo section should be there to be able to increase the chance of people to have you visibly seen there in Google. Other things that you should be able to look into is your websites. What are your websites doing? Is your website just a typical virtual brochure, or do you use your website to provide information and education? Marketing has changed nowadays, where before the sellers and the marketers literally knew everything. And the people that were using your services or buying your services didn't know nothing, and it was your job to give them information. Nowadays, people already know what they want. Before they even start using you, they already searched you. Okay? Before them even knowing about you, okay, it's easy for them to find you. Okay, so another thing I want to talk about is phone books. When you typically get your phone number for your company, you're going to have those yellow book guys, those yellow pages guys, I'm sorry, not yellow book, yellow pages guys that's going to try to say, hey, you should advertise in yellow pages. And I'm sure every now and then when you get to your office at times or you get home, you get annoyed when somebody puts one of those big yellow pages in front of your door. Now you have to bring it in, okay, and just toss it in the trash. Let me ask you, when's the last time you actually looked into Yellow Pages? When's the last time you actually been to the Yellow Pages website? So I want you guys to think about that. And the reason why I'm making you think about that is because do not waste your money on Yellow Pages, because Yellow Pages are obsolete. Okay? So stay away from the Yellow Page advertising. When they make or they give you a call, they try to give you that free page. They try to give you that free advertising, but you have to pay for another portion of things. So don't fall for that. Do not fall for that. Okay? Now, going back to your websites, like I said, you need to have your educational based marketing materials in there. Okay, the good old internet. Well, let me go ahead and get started and tell you guys, when it comes to marketing in the internet, when it's time to get people to know who you are, which is very, very important, we literally spend and have a full training just on websites and social media. But I wanted to be able to touch bases with you guys regarding the internet and how to be able to get the word out and get those introductions and how to be able to get those appointments. Where do people look today? Recently, I read a study when they talked about personal desktop computers. You know, those big old box computers that used to go on top of your desk or under your desk, and you had this really crappy thick monitor on the top of your desks as well, or your study rooms. There's a study that's been said that between the years of 2010 and 2015, there's been a 50% drop in purchases on desktop computers. So most people nowadays are doing what? They're purchasing laptop computers or hybrids, which are laptop / tablet computers. What is really also amazing is that people are now starting to use their mobile devices, you know, your Android phones, your iPhones, your Windows phones, your Blackberries, more and more now than their computers. They're using those products more and more now to do searches. So what you want to be able to make sure is you have a website. And if you don't have a website, make sure you go ahead and invest in one. Don't just do those free websites that does not have your own personal web address or your own personal, www.yourhomehealth.com type of a setup. You want to make sure you have that, and don't use any cheap website builders. You need to be able to make sure your website is more than just a typical virtual brochure. You want to be able to have more things in there, more stuff to offer, making sure that you have video presentations in there, making sure that you have great high quality photos and not just poor pixeled photos. Okay? You want to be able to make sure that your social media is linked in with your regular websites. You want to be able to make sure you take advantage of YouTube, of Facebook, of Instagram if you want to be able to get into those things. But most important ones is LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Those are the best ways to be able to get people to know you and hopefully for them to want to be able to meet you. Remember, we talked about the phone and the walk-in is the most effective ways to get those appointments. But your internet, your website, and your social media will build a buzz about you, so when they actually look you up, they know you actually exist. Make sure that you actually have the name of your company, your phone number, your address, and all that stuff posted under Google. So if you type the name of your home health agency, and if you look into Google, type the name of your home health agency, does it pop up with your address? On the first part, does it pop up with your phone number? Does it pop up with your brochure, with your logo in it, the times of operations, a quick description about your company? You want to be able to make sure that those are easily searched about your products, about your company. Very important for people to know who you are. It validates that you exist. Most people nowadays, if they can't find you in the internet, they don't believe that you exist. Okay? There are companies out there who does not even have their own office, but they are valid because they have a website.